Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and happy weekend to you all, guys. Happy, wonderful weekend. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. So, today, I always make it a quick one and I always make my video very short as soon as much as I can, So, today I have three topics I want to talk about. And anyway, it's going to be a little bit long, but I will try to make it a little short. So I want to say thank you if you're watching me for the first time. I want to say thank you for joining. And if you're already following if you're already following me on my page, I want to say thank you. And if you're following me for the first time, please don't forget to follow. If you're watching for the first time, please don't forget to follow me. And I would like to see your like, your share, and your comments. So thank you. I don't want to waste much time. And I came across a video of some little kids, about four of them. They were beheaded by the police. And this one happened in Benin City, Nigeria, Edo State. And among them, there is one among them. I think he's the eldest one. I'm going to play the video. You will hear the conversation where the police woman was telling him, you were being caught before and were taken to court, you and your mother was there, and you were granted bail and asked to go and stop your way of life. And what happened that has made you to come back again, or what happened that made you to go back to the street? That I don't know. So that was what really happened. So I want to play this video so that you guys can watch. It's not what I'll be saying from my mouth. Let it be an evidence of what really happened. So I think there's the video. It's loading. I will show you guys from my phone. I'm going to show you guys from my phone. So that is the video, as you can see.
Just one. So as soon as small reason that they carry Papa show. Just imagine the God of innocence of a mother, single mother would judge for us. The God of a mother would judge for us. Because no matter your effort, but our God not there to Nasha. That God that carry for Bamarket, that Bamarket go there to Nasha. Okay. Now Papa show that they give you. I not tell the raw people. Not be you they call that with your mother. The car na go call that they call grant na be abi. That though they want you for cause why you can't still go back to robbery again? You decide to the thief abi. And they call that way they live. Why you come up for us? Why you come up for your mommy? Not now back to primary school they go. What you they said? Phone pack. You they sleep, Abby? Not that will fire you now. You wear your hair blue, so you don't see go cut. You don't go cut. Where I go? Where the brother? Where now? Anywhere. I don't know where they are presently. What did they say when I go they do? Okay, now they say on a thief. Not they one particular one specific place. They say that you go hold on. Okay. Now see they go tell Joshua. Where the fuck they rob? Okay, but you go they collect money from people. We gone. How you pay the gun? Oh yeah, give me the money, may I not shoot you. If they know I'll give you now, you shoot them. So you carry gun, they work out for this Benin. How old are you? Just imagine. You where they sleep, so you see they carry gun.
They go church.
Eh? That brother say give you gun. You see they carry gun. Now Papa Passion been our gun where na carry for bar market. Not be bar market so. Now Papa Passion. Which one? AK-47. Small gun, cut to size. My son is level.
Okay, guys, you can see the video. These children on this particular video I'm seeing, they are not up to 15. They are not even up to. I think the list there is 11. So you can imagine this kind of children of this kind of age. They are already carrying guns. It is the fault of the parents. We have stubborn children. Actually, there are children that are very stubborn. One, if you are living in a background or I would say area or I would say an environment. If you are living in an environment where can corrupt your children, maybe because you cannot afford a proper house or you cannot afford to pay for to live in an area where it's conducive for your children, there are ways to take care of those children. The training of a child starts from when the child is little, from his tender age. That is when that child, when a child is growing up, when you don't bring that child properly right from the root, it's like when you plant a tree. When you plant a tree or you put a stem on the ground to grow, when you don't monitor that stem, you don't treat that stem, that plant, let me say a plant, when you don't treat that plant very well, it might wither, it will just die. That plant will die, it will not, if it produces, like for example, let me use a maize for example. When you harvest a maize, when you don't go to weed the little grasses that comes up from that farm, the maize will grow, but it will not produce very well. It is an example. It will not produce very well because you are not taking off the stubborn grasses, those little weeds that comes in a plant when you plant a corn. For example, you plant a corn or a melon or okra. There's these little grasses that grows. When you don't go to weed them, it will make the plants not to grow very well, especially even cassava too. So that is it. When you have a child and you know the environment that child is growing up from, it is your responsibility to handle that child so that that child will not be just the way the environment is. When I was growing up, I never grew up in a I would say where rich people are staying. I grew up in a very unconducive environment. But my parents, they were so strict. Because when you don't handle those kids well, the environment will influence them. That is exactly what has happened to these kids. That is exactly what has happened to these children. Because they grow up in environments where it's not conducive for them. And when you are living in such an environment, you have to make sure you monitor your kids wherever they go, whatever thing they do. Any step they take, you have to monitor them. You have to make sure as a responsible parents, you have to always follow them up. By the time you just leave your kids to just go out, you will be at home. Your child is not in the house. Not just because if your child wants to go out to go and play with the neighbor's child, you should know about it. You should like when kids go out. Like when your kids might tell you, Mom, Dad, can I play in the next compound? Can I play by the next neighbor? And can I play by so person? And what you do when that child, when you say okay, you can go and play, then you have to make sure you go to the parents of the parents of the child that your child is going to, and oh please, my child says he wants to come and play with your children. Please, Can you just make sure you keep an eye on them? Can you keep an eye on them? Because the way we bring up children in Africa, it doesn't matter whether you can eat 3 square meals. It doesn't matter if you are able to provide meal for your children. It doesn't matter if you can eat 3 square meals or provide food for your children, or you don't even have food to eat. That has not stopped you from bringing up your child in a proper way, in an appropriate way. Because now you can see these children now at this age, they're not even up to 12, they're not even up to 15, they're already carrying guns. I wonder how you can change this kind of a child. And you can listen on that video. I'm not going to talk much because I don't really know what to say. I don't really know what to say. In Africa, because we are not able to eat 3 square meals, does not make you to leave your child to go and be corrupt or go and live I don't know. How do I describe this? How do I describe this? How can a child that is not even up to 15 years, 11, from the eldest one among them is 11. The eldest one among them, and was already caught before, taken to court. Excuse me, guys. Are you playing with us? Lela, don't shout. Okay? It's okay, don't shout, okay? Okay? Don't shout. Sorry, guys. Okay? So, because I'm trying to analyze this video, that is exactly what I am doing. It's not when you have a child, I guess those who have not even have children, or you have you have a child, or you have children, and your children are still tender. I beg, please, if you are watching this video, you have to. I think it's for you to learn now, because it is the environment where you live that influences your children. But even though you are living in such an environment, has not stopped you from being a responsible parent. It has not stopped you from not taking good care of your children. It has not stopped you from not making your children know what is right and what is wrong. It has not stopped you from making your children to know that there are even in that state environment, you have to study at the environment, and you make sure there are some children that you are not allowed your children to associate with. Because you have studied those children, and maybe the attitude of those children, or their family background, or the kind of parents they have, might be a bad influence to your children. With that same with this particular reason, it might help you to stop your children from associating with them. And another thing again is the kind of friends your children associate with, because there are parents who are already wayward, and the way they are, that is the way they bring up their children. And when you notice that this particular family or persons are this kind of people, you have to stand your ground to make sure your children do not associate with them. So you can imagine at this age, your children are carrying gun already. At this age, they are already carrying guns. So tell me when they are grown up. Tell me when they are grown up. And you see, like I said, the environment they live is what is influencing them. You can imagine the little boy is saying it is one uncle that is giving them the gun. They don't even know the particular place where the person is staying. All they know is they might have a place where they meet, and they have the little meeting they have, and he coaches them what to do and how to use the gun and how to rob people. It doesn't matter whether you are a single mom. It doesn't matter whether you are a family. You have to train your children in an appropriate way. In an appropriate way. You have to study your environment. If you feel that the environment is going to influence your children, you have to make sure you do your job as a parent. You have to make sure you do your job as a parent. It's so annoying that this kind of kids are already on the street. It's going to be difficult for you to bring them out there. Sorry guys, the children are disturbing. So it's gonna be a difficult task, but you have to try to make sure that that environment does not influence your children. You can imagine now in Ajegunle in Lagos, a lot of celebrities came out from there, and these celebrities, they were not robbing. They never went for robbery. They never went for robbery, not even for one day. Nobody has ever come out on social media to say, oh, Two-Face was once an armed robber, P-Square was once an armed robber, you know, a lot of them, Timaya, a lot of them that came out from Ajegunle, nobody has ever come out to say they were once an armed robber, because despite the environment where they were being born, their parents managed to make sure that the environment does not influence them. But instead, they tried harder to make sure they make it, they pursue their dream, and they got what they wanted. What they dreamt of was what they really dreamt of was what they really got. They pursued their destiny, they pursued their future, and they got it. They never went for robbery, not even for one day. They never went to steal, but they struggled to make sure. It is the beginning. It is the beginning of the bringing up of those children. It is the beginning of the way they brought them up that has made them they were able to pursue their dreams. Had it been their parents left them to go to, you know Ajegunle now, it's a ghetto. Everything happens there. Had it been their parents allowed the environment to influence them, do you think any of them would have been what they are today? No, they wouldn't have, because without bad influence, it will make them to shine. It will take them away from their destiny. It will take them away from their dreams. They wouldn't have become what they have become today. That is another story aside. So next, I want to talk about a child that was abused. A lot of this video is already on social media concerning this Brekete family, the founder of Brekete family, Alhaji Musa, I've forgotten his name, and his license was taken recently away from him because he slapped someone else again. I don't want to talk about that one. I want to talk about the first one I saw where he slapped a lady concerning a little girl. So that girl was badly injured. Her head, one part of her head was burnt. I don't know if I can get that video or the pic. I think I have the pictures. Yeah, I think I have the pictures of that particular video. I think I do. I think I do have the pictures. I think I do have the pictures of that particular video. The child said one part of her head was burnt, and I think the lady that was there that day was the lady that was taking care of that child, and he was asking the lady what has happened to the little girl, and she said she doesn't know. And meanwhile, Nella, come and sit down here quick. Meanwhile, the child has already spoken. The child has already told them that the lady was the one who did that to her. And now they are asking the lady, who did this to you? She says she doesn't know. Okay, that's the video. And I don't want to play the audio first. This is what, this is a little girl. You can see this, just, you can imagine what someone, you can imagine what someone did to this little girl. You can imagine, this is a little girl. And when this man slapped the woman because she was trying to deny that she never did it, out of that anger, she slapped the lady. And a lot of people were saying, oh, why would you slap her? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? I pray that your children will always remain in your house. And I pray that your children will not go out to someone else to take care of. I pray that God will keep each and every one of us alive to make sure we take care of our children. It doesn't matter whether we eat 3 square meals. It doesn't matter whether we can afford it or not. It is, when you stay with your child, it is better than giving your child to someone you don't know. Even a lot of family members, you can, even like for example, like let me use myself as an example. I have an immediate younger sister that says, okay, please, can you help me? I want to take your child. I need a help. Because she's my blood sister, immediate younger sister, I will not give my child to her. And immediately she takes my child to her house, she will start maltreating my child. She will even make sure my child will not go to school. She will make sure all the house chores, every duty in that house will be done by that one particular child, which is not fair, which is not good. You brought that child for reason to help you, but not giving that child the whole responsibility in that house to handle. You can imagine people, I don't know, you know, I never grew up with this. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. If I tell you the way I grew up, but my parents never gave us, any of us, out to anyone to take care of. My parents never gave any of his children to anyone to take care of. We were not eating, we were not rich, not that we really have. It was not really easy when I was growing up because we never had. But we were contented with whatever thing we have. My parents never sent us, that is another thing. Every parent should learn. It doesn't matter who that person is, because a lot of people out there are not ready to help you, are not ready to help you to manage your children. Instead, they will turn your children to animals. They will turn your children to what you yourself cannot do. And these same particular people, they have their own children in the house. They will never treat their children the way they treat your children. Come and sit down. They will never treat your children the way they will never treat their children the way they will molest your children or maltreat your children. You can imagine someone else's child that you have gone to the parents to take from her to say, please, I want your child to be a help for me, to be a help to me. I want her to do a house help for me. I will do this, I will do that for her. You make a lot of promises. And at the end of the day, you will beat that child. You can imagine, how can you pour a fuel or kerosene on someone else's child and put fire on it? Do you think that this particular person wishes the child alive? No, he does. She doesn't. Any person that can do this to a child that is not hers, you can see the head of this child. Yeah, she's not a child. And she just burned the child of the head of that child just like this. You can imagine. Do you think someone who did this want this child to, he did it for this child to be alive? Or can you say this is a mistake? A little girl like this, what would a child like this do to you that you will beat her out to this extent? There was a video that was going viral. I think I did a video of that video when a man beat up his stepson using a knife to put on the fire, after the knife must have hit, you will now use it to be piercing, using it to be piercing on the child's body. And say because the child went to steal, he tried to discipline. There are many ways to discipline a child. There are many ways to handle a child. There are many ways to treat a child. It's not even beating. Beating is not even an appropriate way to bring up a child. When your child does something you know it's not good, you study your children. You have to know the kind of the way your children are. You have to know the kind of thing your children does. When your child does something you know it's not proper, what you do, you know your child is your child. You know that thing that child cherishes or loves so much. You take that thing away from that child. By the time you do it 1, 2, or 3 times, whenever that child wants to misbehave and you say, I'm going to do this to you, honestly, that child will behave. Honestly, that child will behave. Beating up a child, trying to use fire or give that child a hard punishment, you are even making that child worse. Yes, you are giving that child a heart to do worse things. If you don't know parents, I'm telling you today, whatever hard punishment you give to your children, you are giving them the heart to do more. Because when they do it, they will say, after all, you will do this to me. And you will give that person another punishment. Tomorrow, you will still go back again and do it. And he will tell you, after all, you will go to burn me fire. As long as I'm not going to die, I'm going to survive it. It doesn't matter. You are giving that child a heart to do the worst. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channels where I'll be talking about this child abuse. I swear to God, if God blesses me, I have a foundation or I have any organization I'm taking care of kids, and I see any child is short, and I have an organization where I treat child abuse. I swear, any woman or man that abuses any children, that person will go for it. And there's another video I watched yesterday when they were talking about child abuse. A man who is a boyfriend to a woman, that child was being abused by the boyfriend of the mother. And the mother have to coach this child to the extent of making this child not to speak out, not to let people that are supposed to know to help this child to apprehend the person who is molesting her. The mother makes sure she hid everything, and the mother knew that this man is sleeping with his child, and this same man is sleeping with the mother, and the mother is trying to defend this man because she wants this man to get married to her. What kind of a mother is that? A lot of things are happening in society. If you know that any one of such predicament or situation lives around you, if you know what is necessary, you don't need the permission of that stupid woman or the parents of that girl. Any person you know excuse me, that is going through molestation and the parents doesn't want to do anything about it. If you are a mother and you have a conscience and you don't speak out, the God of heaven is going to judge you. Because this woman is not ready to lay complaint over this man because he wants to marry this man. They need appointments. Because he wants this man to get married to her, she doesn't want to apprehend this. She doesn't want this man to be apprehended. She wants this man to just go scot-free. And that same man is not ready to get married to her because the man is still telling the lady, I have a wife. I can't marry you. And you allow this man to go free. You allow this man to go away with the damages on your child. You allow this man to go away freely after destroying your daughter. Who is it? It's a hell of rubbish. It's a hell of nonsense. You say a man that is sleeping with you is still sleeping with your daughter and you know about it, and because you want the same man because you want to marry you, your children are not important to you. When the child is not important to you, you have to give the child away to whoever you know, like the social welfare. The child has a father. You can send the child back to her father if you cannot be that mother, a responsible mother that you are supposed to be. You have to give the child away to the social workers, or you give the child back to the father because you are no longer with the father. You can send the child back to the father if you don't want to be a responsible mother. I don't know that a lot of women are out there after carrying a pregnancy for 9 months. Do you know what it is? Do you know what women go through when they are pregnant? Do you know what it is that particular day that you're going to bring this child to this earth? Do you know the pain the woman go through? And a woman who has gone through this process, we just allow her children not to, you just allow someone to destroy your child. You don't even have love for your child. Someone just come at you and molest your child, slept with your child, and on an 8th child, you say you don't want to apprehend this man. You don't want this man to be apprehended just because he wants to marry you. It means automatically you don't have a single dent of love of your children. You don't love that child. If you don't love that child, you don't care the way you all the suffering you suffer for that child to come to this earth. It is just a simple task for you to give that child away to her father, because you're no longer with the father, and the father is much alive and responsible. If you, the mother, is not responsible, give the child away to the father. Give the child back to the father. Give the child back to the father. If you cannot stand to fight for your children, if you cannot stand if you cannot stand to defend your child or fight for your children, why are you a mother? Then why did you give birth to these children? Why? And this same topic now is taking me now back to the third topic of today. I'm going to talk about Rita Daniels. Rita Daniels is a shame, and I'm ashamed of you. Someone wrote you on your Instagram page, and you dare to reply. You are a useless mother. You are a stupid mother. You sold your daughter to an old man just because you want to enrich your pocket. You want to live a flamboyant life. You want to live a life of a rich woman. You want to live a life of a big woman. You want to live that a wealthy life. You want to have everything through your daughter. Why didn't you marry Ned Nwoko rather than giving your daughter to her? After getting married, after sending your daughter to go and marry an old man, now you now went to marry a young man. Eh? After sending your daughter to go and marry to an old man, because you want wealth, you want riches, you want to live a big life, you want to live like a big woman, you want to ride big cars. You want to ride big cars. You want to live big. You decide to sell your daughter to Ned Nwoko. You decide to send your daughter to Ned Nwoko. Sorry, guys. What kind of a mother is she? Eh? What kind of a mother will send his daughter to go and marry an old man? Then after sending your daughter to marry an old man, then you yourself will not come out and not marry. You not come and marry a small boy. Your daughter who is not even up to age. Your daughter who is not, she's not even up to age. A girl that is full of life, a girl that is as tender or as young as that age. You went ahead to make sure that she's married to an old man who is even old enough to be his grandfather. A man who is old enough to be her grandfather. How does that work now, Madam Regina Daniels? Oh, sorry, Rita Daniels. How can someone, in short, she sold her daughter. She sold her daughter just because she wants to live a big life. She wants to drive big cars. She wants to live in a big house. Now she have gotten what she wants. She have finally settled down, and you want to get married. How do you feel as a mother that your daughter is being married to an old man, and you yourself that is the mother is married to a younger man? That man that she got married to, had he been that man at that his age, is the one that got married to her daughter, it will even look a little bit better. Because the guy is around 38, I think so. That was what I saw on Facebook. Somebody was blogging about them, and he put his age, said the guy is 38 so, or rather, of age. Had they been, Ned is 60, going to 61. Sorry. Before? Yes, sorry. Sit down. Okay. Ned is going to Ned is already 60, he's going to 61. I think last year he was 60 of age, and he's going to 61. This year, I guess this year he's going to be 61, or rather, I don't know. Or he's going to be 60 this year. And you got married now to a man of 30-something years. Somebody said the guy is 36 or that 38, I don't know. Had it been Regina is married to someone who is 30-something because she's 20-something, it would have even been better than someone who is already 60. And now someone wrote you on Facebook, sorry, on Instagram. Someone wrote you on Instagram, and you started crying and say, because the person called you a shower. I'm very sorry to say this. If that person called you a shower, he's not even making a mistake, because you are a hell of one. How can you encourage your daughter to go and marry? And the worst part of it, like what the media is saying, that your daughter is not even happy with you. She never attended your secret wedding, and you tried to do it secret that nobody will know. And finally, the secret finally came out. You don't know that one or two members of your family that you have invited there will take you pictures and put it on the media. I don't know who put your pictures on media. Anyway, they say it's a secret marriage. Whatever secrecy is there, the truth is that you have failed your daughter. You are a disappointment. You are a disgrace to a womanhood. You are a disappointment. I promise you, believe me, you are going to suffer for this pain. This pain you have caused your daughter. Now she's been hospitalized, going from one surgery to the other. Nobody knew what is happening to Regina. When Regina hasn't met Ned Nwoko, Regina have not gotten any complications. She have not suffered from any problem. She have not suffered from any illness. She have not suffered from any disease. She have not been hospitalized or sick. But since he met this Ned Nwoko, it is one problem to the other. You can see the way the girl has emaciated, and people will say, oh, she's doing exercise, she's trying to keep fit. It is not true. When you look over that girl, all over her, you will see that she's being stressed up. She's going through one situation to the other. She's going through one situation to the other. She's going through one pain or the other. Rita Daniels, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm a mother like you too. But that thing you did to your daughter, I will. It doesn't matter how much that man has. I can never do it to my daughter because he has future. What about what about tomorrow? After she must have gone to us, finish. Sorry, after she must have gone to her university levels, finish her universities, and tomorrow she now come out to marry a young man, and they will both be together. And before you know it, boom! Dangote did not become Dangote just one day. He did not become rich just one day. He got married to a woman who they suffered together before he became what he became. He did not just start one day and start becoming a billionaire. That is the same thing that might or would have happened to your daughter. Maybe one day he will just marry the man he loves, and before you know, as the life is going, one day will just become boom. But you want it quickly. And now they say your daughter is sick. Your daughter is seriously sick, has been rushed to the hospital. She has been hospitalized. She's collapsed. She's going through one stress to the other now. And just like the way other bloggers are carrying it, she's not confiding in you anymore as a mother. She's not happy about your marriage. She's not confiding in you anymore. She's not being close to you just the way you people were at the beginning. Is it not a shame? Because she's realizing herself and realizing her mistake. So guys, this is what I have to say. I'm not really happy about all this video. These videos I've just made. It's really touching. But anyway, there's nothing any of us can do about it. It has happened. She has got to marry to a younger lover. Her daughter has got to marry to an old man. There's nothing me and you can do. Only we have to just talk just as I'm talking. For every other one or every other mother who is growing, who has children and their children are growing up, should learn not to be greedy or selfish, because definitely someone must start from somewhere. Your daughter might get married to someone who is not really, not that it's not well to do. The person is not a millionaire or a billionaire. Along the line, God will promote before you know, the man will become a billionaire one day. All the people that are billionaires or millionaires today, they never started from one day. They started from somewhere. Just because some of us women, because of our greediness and selfishness, we will now make our children to go through pain while we will sit there comfortably and be enjoying the money or the wealth that the child brings to you. The child is suffering in that marriage. It's not your business. You don't care. All you care is let the money come. Give me the money, pay into my account. Buy me a house, buy me a car, buy me jewelries, buy me this, buy me that. All they care for is what they will achieve on profit. It's so painful. So guys, I want to say thank you for joining me on this platform. Thank you for watching. I want to appreciate every one of you for watching. I want to say thank you. And please don't forget to share the video. Please don't forget to like, put your comments. Thank you all guys. If this is your first time, please don't forget to follow. And if you're already there, I want to say thank you and appreciate you all. So bye. If you are just joining, you can go back and watch the video. It's very educative. It's something that you can learn from. We have to learn. We have to learn. Please try to share the video, okay? Thank you and one love and happy weekend to you all. Thank you guys. Bye.